Hello everybody, it's Farm Guy here. Welcome to Farmersburg, Iowa. That's right, this is the map from MRG Mapping that I did a map review of the other day. And I did say in that I was going to go and do a Let's Play series in here on Seasons. So, here we are. So I've started in Farm Manager mode, but what I've done is sold everything straight away, plus the money I started with. So I've got just over 2 million. I've got 2,179,000 in the bank, and that's got to keep me going. I'm not going to do any money cheats or anything like that. So from that, we need to make sure we purchase first and foremost our land. So because we're on seasons, we're starting in spring, so everything's been harvested, so everything's ready to be ploughed under or planted. So we've got to decide what we want to do with that. So really it's a case of what do we want to do with our farm now. I'm going to stick arable to start with. I think I might introduce some animals later on. So really our options are this farm down here, which is an arable farm, this one here, or this one up here. Now this one I think is out of my price range. That would leave me no money left for machinery, so we have to accept that that one's out. This one in the bottom corner is £1 million. Four fields there. That's quite a nice little setup there. Or we've got this one up at the top here. So that one's 757,000. So I may consider you could buy that and a couple of extra fields. I'm also interested in this green space here. That could be another field in the making. Let's just go and have a look at this if we can before we spend our money. I'm interested to see what that space is. Get my bearings on the map. And then walk over here. There's a path down here in the trees. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Yes, that's a huge grass field. Well, that is interesting, isn't it? There's another field there. Right, decision made then. I think our first farm has to be this one. So 757,000 for that farm. And 324,000 there for those fields as well. That's going to keep us busy. We're on 3-day seasons, so we don't have lots of time to get things planted. So we better jump into things pretty quickly. So we need machinery. We need machinery now. Now, as it's a John Deere part of the world, I think we'll do that. We'll stick to predominantly John Deere tractors, but I'm not going to go with modern machinery just for a change. I think we're going to have a bit of fun with some slightly older kit. So let's see what we've got available to us. I definitely wouldn't mind a small tractor for running around on the farm, and I did find the other day either the 4000 with the cab or the 2950, which is really nice, but probably a bit cold in the winter. But for 15,000, it would be silly not to, wouldn't it? So let's buy one of them. And this at a crazy price of 5,500. Let's buy one of them, but let's stick a front loader on it. That's pretty handy to have for around the farm, for pallets and things like that, for seed. So we probably just need to pick up a pallet fork for that as well, don't we? So let's just grab that. A nice stall pallet fork. Do the job. I don't think, do I need a bucket at the moment? I don't think I do, so pallet fork should be everything we need right from the off. We do need augers at some point, but we probably won't need to buy those now. What I'll do is I'll get a small trailer. This one's always good. We'll buy that because we can actually, do you know what I'll do is I'll just start it off as a bale loading wagon, because we can take seed and fertilizer back to the farm on that. That's pretty handy to have as well. Now we need to make a decision on a plough as well. Let's just look at the map again. Needs ploughing, so some need ploughing, some are heavily fertilized, so that's good, but I do need to plough some fields, so we need to get ourselves a small plough. Subsoilers are usually a bit risky because they need a lot of power. So we might look at an old style plough. Now there's a subsoil, 6 meter subsoiler from Lizard is a nice bit of kit. I do like that. I'm going to change it green, just because we need to be finding ourselves a decent tractor. Now that plough, I learned in one of my other series, needs some grunt behind it. So 180 horsepower is what I need. I'm going to go with one of the old 4000 series Deers. I do love them. 228, so it's got enough horsepower. And I think we can we bump our engine power up? 190. No, 228 is our max. I don't want the two-wheel drive. I want the four-wheel drive, definitely. That's a pretty beefy tractor, isn't it? Right. Bought. We're going to go with a planter. Reason being, soybeans and corn are likely to be what we'll be planting in this. Now I did find the other day, which I quite like, is this little 7000 planter. 6 meters. It does corn, it does soybeans. So that's quite a nice little bit of kit. 100 horsepower, so we can get that. And the other thing we're going to need pretty much straight away is some sort of fertilizer spreader. Now actually, this map does have ammonia on it, so I'm kind of tempted to put a little anhydrous ammonia setup on this as well. And actually, price-wise, they're pretty reasonable, so let's get that. There's going to be a lot of stuff parked at the shop here. I'm going to have to ship a lot of this back to the yard. Okay, I'm struggling to find a small anhydrous applicator, so although I've bought the tank, I will leave that there for now. Let's have a look at what we've got available to us. So there's our planter, there's our tractor, there's our plough, there's our 2 small tractors. We do need some seed. Need to sort that out, and we do need something to fertilize with, so maybe a small spreader. So let's get ourselves a small fertilizer spreader to start us off. So the Kuhn here, love this, 3200 24 meter spread, so that'll make light work of most things. So we're good to go, I think. We'll just buy a couple of big bags of seed, and the same for fertilizer. And we are good to go. Right, let's get these loaded up and back to the farm. So here we are, a little convoy arriving at the new farm. First time we've seen it. But there's our little silage point. And we have got tons and tons of decent space to park our gear in. So let's get set up. And I think, really, looking at the seasons menu, we haven't got long to get things planted. So we better crack on. Now I was thinking that I would pop this on Courseplay, but actually, we've got more money than we thought to play with at the moment, so I'm actually going to drop the GPS on this tractor. It'd be quite fun. I'm not sure where my mechanic point is in here, but we'll find it, I'm sure. So just before we start, I love the way this starts up. The noise it makes when it starts up is so good. Let's drop this here. And just run this in here. Now if there's no mechanic repair point in here, I should be able to create one. Doesn't look like there is. Although there is a toolbox there. Do you think that's a legit one? It looks like a placeable. But very easy to put a toolbox in here. There we go. Toolbox placed. Now if I jump out of here, I should be able to, there we go, customize. Global positioning, yes indeed. And there we go. Bit more flexibility for on the field. Like I said, playing 3-day seasons doesn't give you much time, so of our fields, 43 needs ploughing, 45 needs ploughing. So I think a sensible thing to do would be jump into field 43 and get that sorted. So let's do that. Okay, so while I'm working through this, I've just been thinking, I'm looking up at my money in the top corner there, and I'm thinking, I've got enough money to get another tractor, and I can run things in tandem. So we're going to have another look at another tractor. I would like to use anhydrous. I don't think I've got a powerful enough tractor in all tractors, but we'll have another look. But if not, we may need to just treat ourselves to a newer tractor that's just got a little bit more power. So we'll have a look at what's in the shop, because I would like to run that anhydrous mod if I can. Let's do one more row of this, and then we will go and check out what we can do. There we go, some rather modern kit now. But what we'll do is we will get this hooked up, back to the farm, put the tanker on it as well. We'll need to go and fill that up at some point. We don't have huge fields, hence the reason I went for the single tank. Still holds, I think, about 10,000 litres, so still a lot for the size of fields we've got, so we shouldn't have too many problems there. But let's run this back to the farm, and we'll be back shortly. This is our field on the left here, probably the first one we're going to apply some ammonia to. So we'll get this in the yard, and hopefully there will be a delivery of anhydrous ammonia coming to the farm very soon. We've ordered it, so it should be here relatively shortly. Now we were just setting up our anhydrous spreader here and realised that this field is actually 100% fertilised, so there's absolutely no point in wasting more fertiliser on that. So we do need to finish ploughing this field here, so we will crack on with that. But the delivery's arrived, and he's happily waiting until we can top up our tank. So in the meantime, let's crack on and finish this field. And there we have it. End of ploughing field number 1. So that's great. Slight concern, it's taken us a while, because time is against us. We're on 3-day seasons. So we've got a bit more ploughing to do. These fields here can be planted, hopefully. Although they may need turning under as well. I'm not sure if we've got a planter that has got a cultivator on it as well. So 45, small field, that needs planting. There's a few weeds on that as well. And 44 needs a bit of lime on it as well. So we've got a lot to do in the next 3 days. But machinery is working well, so all is good.